Technology has fundamentally changed how brands connect with people. Companies are entering a new paradigm for how we collaborate and move forward, and the Foundry at Unilever embodies this radical change.
I'm Mark Curtis. I'm here with BrandTech TV to talk with Keith Weed, CMO of Unilever, about the exciting things they've got going on at the Foundry. I'm very excited to be here because, there's been a lot of talk about what Unilever are up to with the Foundry, and it would be great to understand more from your perspective why you're doing it and how it's advancing your corporation.
The Foundry, quite simply, is a way for a big multinational company, we're in 190 countries around the world, to connect with very small companies. And of course, those two don't mix often. That's how it's seen. And I think we see it a little different way. We say that actually we're a company with resources across multiple markets, with second largest advertiser in the world. We believe in brands, we believe in technology to help connect better with people. And in these smaller startup companies, we see entrepreneurial, innovative ideas that we can help scale to the service of our brands, and in a way quicker and probably cheaper than if we did it ourselves. So in some ways, it's a way of getting access to ideas, technology, resource, in a way that you couldn't have done 10 or 20 years ago. What we do is we put briefs up on the Foundry, and startups can engage with it. We take them from pitch to pilot to scale. It's as simple as that. Because the world is changing so fast, the companies who really commit to building capabilities, building skills, nurturing their people, are the companies that are going to win.
And how many have engaged with this so far?
So we've done 100 so far.
Wow.
And out of the 100, we are actively progressing 50. So that's quite a good strike record.
Getting the impression it's both marketing technology. Is it also about actually creating new ideas for products and services? So is it both products extension and marketing technology? Yes,
you're right. Actually, there's probably two good ways of segmenting it. So sometimes it is new ways of doing market research, connecting with people, obviously leveraging connectivity, video, things like this, where you can actually get into people's homes. But on the other side is actually, yes, nourishing the brands.
So Keith, you've actually had some successes already at the Foundry. Tell me about the chef.
Well, I think what's really exciting about the chef is, at the end of the day, we've all had this subject, haven't we? There we are, ready for dinner in the evening. What am I going to cook? And you've got all these ingredients in front of you. Now you can go to a recipe book and etc. But that's going to be limited to what's in the recipe book. This is very simple for the consumer. All you do is you text into a normal text phone. So it doesn't even require a smartphone. You text into the phone the ingredients you have, and it goes off to Chef Wendy, and Chef Wendy comes back and says, how about making this? And then you say, well, I'm not sure I like garlic. You send it back, and then she comes back and says, well, what about this? And you would really believe you were talking to someone. And this is nothing more than a really good little bit of artificial intelligence. And I think what was exciting about it was it has enabled people to have a service, and it's done for the Knorr brand, beyond just the basic, put in your bouillon cube and make your stew or whatever. It's taken off tremendously. These two guys, they look like they're age 12, but yeah. I'm sure maybe they're 14. Yeah. But you can imagine these are going to be future CEOs of big tech companies.
When we first heard about Knorr's brief, we thought, wow, it's an amazing opportunity to make our technology available to millions of people worldwide.
And how many markets are you in now with that?
So we're now in 3 markets and expanding. It's going to go from market to market. This is something which is very scalable.
Okay, so what's this?
Well, this is Discuss.io, and what's exciting about this is you saw the multiple screens. And it enables you to speak to people around the world in a very easy, and by the way, very cheap way.
Consumers?
Consumers. So you have a focus group, and we've done that for years, haven't we?
Yeah.
But just imagine, before I go off to Brazil, I could say, I want to speak to 6 Brazilian men about their skincare regime. And what this company enables you to do is to set up within half an hour, and they get people up there against your spec of who you want, and you just have a conversation with them. It's as simple as that. Then it brings the world, right in front of you.
The Foundry program offers an unprecedented opportunity to be able to engage with senior leaders and line brand managers to be able to expose your product, to improve upon your product, and to take that to the next level.
And this is an example of a bit of marketing tech, which saves money, saves time, and ultimately what we all have to do in marketing is understand people, understand consumers better. And it's been a great tool in doing that.
So Keith, you were telling me you've been with Unilever since the mid-80s. And now you're working with all these startups, doing very different stuff with
Yeah.
a very different culture and background. How does that feel?
Exciting. I mean, like at the end of the day, we all look a bit older. I bet you feel about 32, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't look it, but you feel it. And I think that's true, that if you surround yourself by young people, I think you get an energy and ideas. And actually, that's one of the deliberate parts also of the Foundry. And I've gained from it as well. I've met some really sharp people who had very different perspectives on the world. And going forward, what are we going to see next? Right now, if you actually think about it, with technology, we're in a hub and spoke. Everything goes through a human, out to this and out to that. But with the Internet of Things, when objects start connecting, then we're going to have a true web around us.
It's a good time to be doing this, isn't it?
I think there's never been such an exciting time to be in marketing, to be in business, and building brands.
I agree. Thank you, Keith. That's
Thanks
great.
for your time. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.